The Auditor-General of South Africa, Tsakani Maluleke, released the outcomes of the municipality audits for the period 2020 to 2021. The AG found that only 41 out of 257 municipalities had clean audits, with the Western Cape accounting for the bulk of these with 22 clean audits. This is an overall increase of only 8 clean audits as reported in 2016-2017. Let's take a look at this in detail. We're now joined by the Independent Ratepayers Association of South Africa's Chairperson, Izak Berg. Izak, thank you very much for availing yourself this morning. Did this come as a surprise at all to you?
Good morning to your listeners. Now, it's not a surprise to me if you look how our municipalities are functioning at the moment, so it's no surprise. I just want to congratulate the municipalities who got a clean audit. And let's learn, unqualified audits are also very good audits. So the fact that so many municipalities received unqualified audits is also a step in the right direction. But to the ones that received the clean audits, well done. And I think it's not difficult to get a clean audit. Just do the basics right.
You speak of the functioning of municipalities. Does a clean audit necessarily guarantee that you and I will get the services that we desperately deserve?
Yeah, look, the Auditor-General basically audit the systems, see that you've got your balances in place and your audit functions in place. They don't, at this stage, audit value for money, and I think that's the next step that we need to look at, that residents are getting value for money, but at this stage they don't audit value for money, and I think the Auditor-General must think about it.
Of these 22 municipalities in the Western Cape, I mean, they've got clean audits. To your knowledge, just how well run are these municipalities?
Yeah, look, I think what they've done is they've actually put competent people in their municipalities. If you look at so many municipalities that are in trouble, the people that are employed there is, and I'm going to say it's cadre employment. They don't know how to do their work, or they're not interested in getting clean audits. Once they get the job, they just sit there and they want the salary. In the Western Cape, they've employed capable people. I think in Gauteng, where Ekurhuleni got a clean audit once again. I think it's the third time in a row. They've got very competent people in their finance department, and I think that's why they got it right.
It wasn't all the way good news, though, right, for the province's metro, because according to the Auditor-General, it notes that over the term of the previous administration, the city of Cape Town regressed from a clean audit outcome to a financially unqualified opinion. The city had findings on compliance with legislation that related to supply chain management and the prevention of irregular expenditure.
Yeah, look, irregular expenditure plays a big factor when the Auditor-General do their audit. So the other thing is unauthorized expenditure, and a lot of municipalities fall in that trap as well. When you've got an emergency, you need to replace a substation. You can't go to council to get approval, replace the substation, but just make sure at the next council meeting you report it. Then you're in the clear with the Auditor-General. But wasteful and fruitless expenditure plays a big role in these municipalities not getting clean audits. I mean, and you can trace it to contract and contractors where they actually come to a site. They start this buildings and halfway through they realize, we actually underquote, and then they just leave the site, and you need to bring new contractors in to finalize the project, and then it costs you much more, and that is where fruitless or wasteful expenditure. Also, municipalities that don't pay their SARS, VAT or pay as you earn on time, they get penalties, they get interest. That can be avoided. It's basic accounting systems that you need in place.
Sure. The Auditor-General also had a message for you and I. She said that communities have a responsibility to ensure that municipalities are constantly held accountable for their actions, rather. What does accountability, or us holding them accountable, look like?
Yeah, I think the accountability must start with councillors first. I mean, they're closer to the municipality, and there's separation of powers. It's not working in all municipalities. You know, you get a party that's in power, and then the same party's councillors are elected as chairperson, so they actually investigate their own party, and that's not working. You know, it is where separation of powers is effective. Is where you have MMCs from a certain party, and you've got oversight committee chairpersons from another party, and then they can hold each other accountable. But I think it starts with councillors. The public elect councillors to represent them, and these councillors must hold the executive in that municipality accountable. Then the public can come in with public meetings and things like that, but I think it starts with councillors.
That's if you're lucky enough to get hold of your councillor, with many of them not even living in the areas that they serve. But thank you very much for helping us make sense of that this morning. Izak Berg is the Independent Ratepayers Association of South Africa chairperson.